How's it going, everyone? In this video, I want to show you how to take your kick drum from this to this using 4 simple EQ moves. Alright, before we get there, I want to offer you my free reverb cheat sheet in the description below. It has 4 reverb settings along with the tactics and how I use them in a live setting. I think you'll get a lot out of it, so hit the link, download it, and try them out for yourself, and let me know in the comments what you think about them. Alright, so on to the video. So, there's a number of things wrong with this kick. First is just everything about the environment. It is recorded on a tall, wooden, hollow stage it's near the subs, and it's in a small enclosed booth with the kick backed right up to the drum shield. So you're dealing with a ton of bad low end buildup, along with a lot of bleed and a lot of cymbal bleed and just overall rumble, of their environment. So it's kind of a worst case scenario when it comes to that. So let's just take a listen to it real quick again, and we'll see what we hear. So when I hear a drum like this in a sound check, what I'm really hearing is, what can I take away that will emphasize the good? So take away the bad, emphasize the good. So the first thing that comes to my mind is those awful low mid frequencies, the doom doom, just the things that don't even sound like they're part of a kick drum. So let's turn this EQ back on and listen to the low mids first, because I think that's our biggest problem area. So we can hear it's really ringing out notes even. So we pull that back. Really a big cut right there. What's at 100? So with low mid buildup like that, a lot of times you're dealing with the note that the drum is making, along with just it takes away from the tightness of it. It lengthens the kick in a bad way. A lot of times kick drums sound good when they have some length to them, but not that. I've never encountered one with that much low mid buildup that just sounded good. But what we can see is it quickly takes our ears, not our eyes, takes our ears away from that just awkward sound that sounds it's not even part of the drum. So I think that's probably our biggest win for this situation. So let's really quickly go through the low end now. So we can hear it's really not focused anymore. So I think that's what we're going for, is we're going to try to focus in the low end and take away the really sub-low rumble out of it. So there's a ton of low end on this kick, and it also, along like the low mids, it lengthens the kick in a bad way because it rumbles out. And so also another thing, like I said, you're dealing with the subs being near it, so you have potential feedback issues and stuff like that. So counterintuitive, but what I think is a good idea here is to actually cut out the low end that you don't need and focus your ears' attention onto 60 hertz. That's where it just kind of sounded good to me. There's a lot of punch for this kick in that area, and it's usually a good starting point. It's just a guessing point, is 60 hertz for the low end on a kick drum. So that is why I would actually cut low end off of a kick drum. I wouldn't always do that, but in this situation, that's how we work in live, is you deal with what you're given and you make the best of it. So now we're going to deal with the top end of this kick, the point of the kick. So we've got a 6 dB, 7 dB boost going on around 5K-ish. And to be honest, I would actually kind of like a little bit more point on this kick. But like I say, what we're doing here is we're taking out the bad, emphasizing the good. And if I were to boost this more, what we get is this, splash of the cymbals and the hi-hats that come through along with the high end on the kick, and it brings those sounds out of balance. You'll end up with potential phasing issues if you really start boosting the cymbals into every mic like that. So, would I like more high end on this kick? Probably, but is it the best idea? I would think maybe not, because you're going to open up other issues when you do that. So, we're just finding the balance there, and I think it's the same for the low end there. We're just trying to find a good balance of the good and really emphasizing those areas so that our ears are, directed to those spots of the frequency spectrum on the kick. So that is what I would do for a kick drum like this. Does this EQ look pretty? No, it's got a lot of problems. But like I say, in live we deal with what we're given, and this is how I would deal with it. So yeah, again, hit the link in the description. Let me know what you think about those reverb settings, and I'll see you in the next one.